It's official. I am back in the gym. Back in the gym. It's been... I was about to say it's been a long 6 weeks, but actually it feels like it's flown. The last couple of weeks were the hardest because by that point I was feeling basically back to normal, ready to go back to the gym. I've then just got back from 5 nights in Greece, which on the one hand was a nice distraction for the final week of me just feeling raring and ready to get back into the gym. But on the other hand, it's like I was managing to maintain my weight really well over the recovery period, and then went to Greece, ate quite a bit of food, and now I'm feeling slightly bloated. So it's definitely come at a nice time to get back into a gym routine. Food, like I say, outside of going to Greece has been really good. I've basically just maintained from where I was prior to surgery, and I'll now just be continuing to focus on maintaining up until I start prep on the 1st of June. More on that in a bit. But let me walk you through how my return to the gym has been panning out. So I did my first session last Saturday, which was bang on 6 weeks post-surgery. And I went in and I literally just went onto the mats, first of all, just to try and figure out, I went through some like range of motion assessments and just figured out what feels the same as before, what feels a bit different, what might need a little bit of extra work. So did all of that, then went off around the gym and basically just did it joint by joint. So I did like elbow, shoulder, spine, hips, knees, ankles, and that kind of translated into some bicep and tricep work, some cable lateral raises, some crunches, and just an appreciation for a second at just how incredible it is to be doing some crunches like 6 weeks after my stomach was cut open in multiple different places. That just blew my mind. I did not think I'd be doing that. Did a lat pull down, some calf pressing and leg pressing. I did a total of 8 working sets, and I say working, it was super light, but I did a warm-up set and then a working set. Went home and I had to have an hour's afternoon nap. So I felt like I pushed myself just enough. Like it wasn't too much, I didn't overdo it, but it was clearly enough because it elicited me needing a nap. I thought the afternoon naps were behind me. Apparently not, because I had that one on Saturday, and I'm not going to lie to you, today I'm not going to have an afternoon nap because I don't have time to have one because I've got to work, but I feel like I could do with one, and it's just getting back into a bit more of a usual routine. Like for the first 6 weeks post-surgery, I didn't set an alarm in the morning, I just woke up when I wanted to, and now I'm forcing myself to get back up at my usual time of 6:30, and just trying to push myself back into a bit more of a routine. Today I went to the gym and did my 3rd session. Just did a pull workout, as you saw. And again, most things were still 1 set. The odd thing was 2 sets. I plan to do legs on Thursday, which will also be 1 set of everything. And at that point, as long as I feel fine, I've got an upper session on Friday where I'll ramp it up to 2 to 3 sets, depending on what exercise it is. My approach to surgery when it comes to coming back to the gym, whether it be myself or it be clients, of which I have worked with a lot of clients coming back from surgery, I'd rather that we did too little than too much. Now, obviously, at some point you've got to push yourself, but the first 3-4 weeks back from surgery, you don't win prizes for getting back into what you were doing pre-surgery as fast as possible. I don't need to ramp things up really quickly. First week of being back in the gym, everything is just pretty much 1 set, and it's clearly enough. With top surgery, I usually take an approach where we miss out a few bits. Like at first I don't get people doing direct chest work, and I don't get people doing overhead work. With my hysterectomy, the only thing that I didn't think I was going to be doing was any abdominal biased work at first, But actually, I went into the gym and did a set of bodyweight crunches, 1 set, 10 reps, and it felt absolutely fine. So really, there hasn't been anything that I have not done. Now, when it comes to ab-based work, today I did 1 set on the machine crunch, super lightweight, and again, felt fine. Really, that's the only area of my body that I'm like extra cautious of, because that's like directly where the trauma was. But it's definitely not like top surgery where I'm getting people and myself to like not train certain things for a specific amount of time. With this one, it's just been more a case of like, I felt fine. I did some bodyweight crunches, so let's get back onto the machine crunch, and all felt smooth. I have one more client call at 4:30, and then I'm going to walk you all through my prep starting on June 1st, how that's going to look, training, nutrition, what the goals are, some coaching bits that I need to go through, general life updates. But like I say, first of all, I've just got to jump on this last call for my last client of the day. Done for the day. Dinner eaten, phone's off. I'm about to load up Red Dead Redemption 2 because I never completed it. I'm only 50% through Red Dead Redemption 2. So I sort of need to sort that out really, and I've got back into it. But before then, I'm going to run you through prep, starts June 1st, how I'm currently feeling physique-wise, not great, and also what's in this box. So I have a bunch of things from when I was younger in a box, in a cupboard. But this box was recently given to me, and it's got like a whole bunch of baby stuff, including my first ever, well, I don't actually think these were the first pair of shoes. I think there's another pair in there. A bunch of photos, and what's really interesting to me is how things have changed. Like, the longer that you go on this journey of transitioning, the easier it becomes to look at things like this. Like, when I first came out as trans, between the ages of like 14 and, I don't know, 19, 20 maybe, photos like this I wouldn't have wanted to have seen. When I first came out as trans, all family photos around the house got swapped from ones where I was like presenting female and all like baby, like I just didn't want to see them. They were just too difficult and caused me to feel too much dysphoria. But now, it's like, as much as I probably wouldn't want them up on my wall, it's actually really special to look at them, and even hearing and like reading my old name doesn't really cause the same horrible, hard feelings that they used to. So if you are in that position where maybe you're earlier on in your transition and you kind of feel a bit of sadness, maybe grief, I don't know, at not being able to look at old things like that, then you might be able to one day. It just might take you like 6+ years like it did me. There's even my first ever swimming costume in here, which I'm not getting out on YouTube, but if you follow me on Instagram, then maybe I'll put it on there. But in terms of prep, I start my next photo shoot prep on the 1st of June, so just under 2 months, and I'm pretty happy with the timing. There was a period of time during recovery from surgery where I was like, I don't think I'm going to be doing a photo shoot this year. But actually, with how I now feel, I would say like 90% back to normal. I think I'm going to be absolutely fine to do it. In terms of how I feel right now, and I need you to listen up if you are someone who has had surgery or are going to have surgery, it is perfectly normal to come out of the arse end of surgery recovery feeling a bit of a bloated mess. And that's how I feel right now. Like, you've not been to the gym for months. You've probably treated yourself to a lot of chocolate to make you feel better during your recovery time. Admittedly, I didn't actually do a lot of that. As I said earlier on, I was pretty much okay until I went to Greece. So I blame Greece. But this past week, just felt a little expanded. And as hard and uncomfortable as that can be, and I also think that you shouldn't be too lenient on yourself, at the same time, there's definitely some grace needed because you've had major surgery and, 6 weeks plus out of the gym maybe not being quite so diligent with calories because motivation's just not there. Like, it's okay to spend a couple of months not looking your best. But that being said, I am definitely ready to not feel this uncomfortable because it's not a great feeling. Last thing before I submit myself to Red Dead Redemption 2. If you've been following me for a while, you will know that last January, so in 2025, I released 4 weeks free coaching, which was a follow-along email series. Again, it's 4 weeks free. There's no catch. It is completely free. And I basically walk you through your first 4 weeks of coaching with me. So what my clients experience, the training, the nutrition, all that kind of stuff through an email series for 4 weeks. I'm going to say it one more time, completely free. And I'm bringing it back. It did really, really well last year. But then I took on a whole bunch of new one-to-one coaching clients, more than I'd ever had before. And then I started doing the group coaching on top of that. So I never really had the opportunity to bring back the 4 weeks, but it's coming back literally within the next couple of weeks. So if that sounds like the kind of thing that you'd be interested in, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know why the hell it wouldn't be, then all you need to do is make sure that you're on my email subscription list already, and you can do that by downloading the InShape Transguide Guide, which will be down below in the description of this video. So if you're on that list, you will be able to then put yourself in for the 4 weeks free coaching. So yeah, make sure if you are interested in that, you are on my email subscription list already, down below. Right, I'm playing Red Dead Redemption. I'll see you all in the next one.